Hey guys, what's the crack? Hope you're all keeping well. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to give you my predictions for the upcoming WrestleMania 40 lineup. It's WrestleMania week. Happy days. And we got 2 nights of WrestleMania, so let's get stuck into the matches and let's see what predictions we can get for the thing. So, I'm just going to go down the list here that's listed on the site here. So, match 1, we've got Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. This is going to be a tough one because Becky has stated, that uh, she needs to beat Rhea, and Rhea's on this great run. So, are they going to have Becky win at Mania? I am going to say no. I'm going to say Rhea retains. I think it'll be a very close match, but I think Rhea is going to beat Becky, which is disappointing because obviously Becky's Irish, so you want to root for the Irish. But I think Rhea is going to retain. Don't. I can't see Becky winning. So that's that one. Next, we've got Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Uh, Again, I really like Sami, but I'm hoping that Gunther wins this one just because I don't think, as much as I like Sami, I don't think Sami should be the one to break Gunther's reign. A lot of people wanted Gable in the match, but I would love to see. Even though he went to SmackDown, I would love to see Braun Breaker beat Gunther, because I think that would have been a great push for his uh, main roster run, for him to come up and be the one to beat Gunther. But I don't know who's going to be bad. I don't think it should be Sami, so I think Gunther's going to retain at Mania. I think maybe could they have a situation where maybe Chad costs Sami the match, or he distracts Sami in some way, not in a heel way, but that he's trying to motivate him. This is your time, but Sami gets distracted and gone for a thing. So anyway, next on to that is the 6-pack tag team ladder match for the titles. This one's going to be very interesting because I think we're going to have 2 new champions, only because of something Michael Cole kept saying on Raw. He kept saying that both titles will be hung up, and the match will continue until both titles are retrieved. So I think that you're going to have a situation where uh, somebody grabs one set of titles and then gets knocked off the ladder or something before they can retrieve the other set. So the match is going to continue. So who we got here? We've got Judgement Day versus DIY versus Awesome Truth versus New Day versus Theory and Waller versus New Catch Republic, which is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. So I think the Raw tag titles are going to go to Awesome Truth. I think they'll win those, and the SmackDown titles, I'm going to say Austin Theory and Waller. I would like to see something done with Austin Theory because I don't know whether they're using him as some type of punishable scapegoat or something. But ever since, like, uh, ever since Vince, took a shine to Theory, and tried to, push him, it's like all of a sudden, since Vince is gone now, he's just constantly getting, buried. He lost the Money in the Bank. Uh, he's like constantly taking the spots, with Owens and Orton, where he's like overselling like the finishers, and uh, even Elimination Chamber, he took the finishers from Cody and Rollins. So I would like to see him back on track. So Miz and Truth get the Raw titles, and Theory and Waller get the SmackDown tag titles. So I think that's what's going to happen. Hopefully, because I don't think the unified titles is really working with the tag teams. I think you need to split them up again and get new title designs. I fucking hate those current designs for the tag titles. Okay. Next up is Uso versus Uso. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Yeet versus no Yeet. This one is going to be interesting. I think Jey wins. I think Jey wins and then gets beat down by Jimmy and Solo after the match. So I think just with the run that Jay's on, main event Jay, and he's gonna have the crowd behind him. So I think that Jay will win that match, and then will get beat down after the match, which will lead into night 2 with the Bloodline. So next up is Damage Control versus Bianca, Jade, and Naomi. This is a very easy one for me. I'd be very, very surprised if they had Jade lose her first event match. I've seen a few guesses online that maybe Bianca will turn heel and she'll turn on Jade, which could happen, but I think maybe have that after the match, or I'll save it for the Raw or the SmackDown after Mania. I don't think that it would be having Jade lose her first match. So I think Bianca, Jade, and Naomi win that match, and then whatever they do after the match, fair enough. Alright, next up is the LWO versus Escobar and Dominic. This one I'm going to go with Escobar and Dom, simply the fact that Ray beat Dom last year, so I don't think they're going to have... I don't think it does much for Dominic to have, Ray beat him twice in back-to-back WrestleManias. Also, I've seen people saying that they could possibly do an angle where Carlito turns on Ray because he's angry that Ray picked Dragon Lee over him to be his partner. That's possible, although it does sound very much what they did with Escobar. They had Escobar turn on Ray because Ray picked Carlito. So I think that Escobar and Dom will win, where they get help from the rest of Escobar's team, Garza and thing. But I think I think they'll win, and then obviously maybe you could have an angle on SmackDown where Carlito, said, that if you had to pick me instead of Dragon Lee, we would have won that match. You let down the LWO, and then to go from there. Right, so the main event of night 1 is obviously the big tag match, The Rock, Roman Reigns versus Cody and Seth. This one I'm going to go with the Bloodline. I think that it's going to have Drew get involved and cost Seth the match. You know, either have Cody fighting off The Rock outside or fighting off Roman outside, and you know Seth's gearing up to hit the curb stomp on whoever's in the ring, and Drew uh, gets involved and either distracts him or attacks him, and then that leads to uh, Seth getting dropped and getting pinned, you know, and Drew's trying, you know, basically sending him a message of, I'm the one you need to focus on, not this. I'm your priority. So, because I can't see Rock and Roman, if they are going to have Cody finish the story, I can't see Roman losing both nights of WrestleMania. So I think that that would be a good way to do it, is to have Drew get involved and put more heat on Drew for their match on night 2, is to have Drew cost Seth, you know, so that means then that now Cody's stuck with Bloodline rules, and Seth is going into night 2 looking to take out all his aggression on McIntyre. So that's night 1. So who have we got? Let me just run this again. So I think night 1, Rhea retains, Gunther retains, 2 new tag champions, and Awesome Truth and Theory and Waller. Jey Uso wins, Bianca, Jade, and Naomi win. Escobar and Dirty Dom win, and the Bloodline win. So that's night 1. Okay, so night 2 is where we've got all the championship matches. So again, I'm just going to go down in the order here. So Seth frickin' Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I feel like there's a twist in this match. I think Rollins wins because, and again, not forgetting you have CM Punk is going to be on commentary, so there could be something there where maybe he distracts Drew. Everybody's getting distracted in these matches, where he distracts Drew or something happens. But I think Rollins wins, and then Drew lays him out after the match, and Priest cashes in because they need to do something with that briefcase. I said before, you know, at the moment I don't think they have any fucking plans for Priest to cash in, and you know you're running out of time, you know, because we're coming around to next year or this year's Money in the Bank. So I think Rollins beats Drew. Drew attacks Rollins, and then maybe Punk and him fight off, and then Drew and Punk fight off, and then Priest cashes in. I think that'd be a good thing to have Priest cash in on Rollins after the match. So on to the next one. Io Sky versus Bayley. I really like Bayley and I would love to see her win, but I'd be surprised if you had all members of Damage Control lose at Mania. So I think Io is going to retain, possibly with help from the rest of Damage Control. So yeah, as I said, as much as I would love Bayley to win, I think Io's going to retain her title. So next up is AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Yeah. This is a tough one because it could go either way. Obviously, with the momentum and the fan support, I think it'd be very easy to say LA Knight. Uh, but is this one of those matches where the heel gets a tricky win, or you know, you cheats to win, uses the ropes or something. So I'm gonna say AJ Styles wins this match. Next up is Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. And I'm gonna try and rush for these now because chest is going mad. Okay, I'm gonna say Logan retains. Because I think at the moment, Logan's doing a good job with the title, so I think keep the title on him for now. And as I said earlier with Braun Breaker, have Braun be the one. If he's on SmackDown, have Braun be the one to beat Logan Paul for the US title. And again, that'll be a good thing for him. Or if not Braun, you could have LA Knight versus Logan Paul, and I think that'll be a very interesting contest with them. LA Knight on the mic, you know. So yeah, I think Logan Paul's going to retain there. The next match is the Pride. Bobby Lashley, Dawkins, and Montez Ford versus the Final Testament. Is this on the kickoff show or what the fuck is this? Very strange for many. I don't really know about this one. It's it's a bit of a throwaway match. I'm just going to go with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Because it's a Philadelphia street fight, so I don't know. I've no real input for this match. I think WWE at the moment has dropped the ball on Karrion Kross. So I think at the moment they're pairing him with the offers of pain to try and find something to do with him. But I think Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are going to win this one. So last but not least is the big one: Roman Reigns versus Cody. Well, I've gone with the Bloodline, so for night one, so this is going to be under Bloodline rules. There has been speculation about this match of what could happen. They might get some surprise returns, like John Cena or Stone Cold. I don't know. What I think might happen is that you have the Bloodline at ringside ready to interfere, but then you have Jay shows up to battle Jimmy and they fight off. Cena could return to battle Solo, they could fight off, and then you think Rock still at ringside, and sorry about the coughing. I think possibly either Stone Cold or Triple H could show up. Maybe not Triple H because obviously his health conditions, but either one of them could show up to fight to counter The Rock, and then it's just down to one-on-one between Roman and Cody. And I think it has to be Cody. I'd be very fucking surprised if we go through all this just to have Cody lose back-to-back years at WrestleMania, because where do you go from there? You know, at least, you know, if Cody beats Roman, then, you know, there's one win apiece. You can set up for a future match of, you know, who's vying. But if Roman beats Cody 2 years in a row, you know, that's it. I think the story is pretty much done and dusted, because you can't really, you know, you've had him win the Rumble 2 years in a row, and you've had him go through all this new storyline with the Bloodline. So I would think it would have to be here and now, unless there is some new part of the story that we have yet to be revealed. So I don't know. So night 2, I think. So Seth retains, but he gets cashed in by Damian Priest. EO retains. AJ Styles wins. Logan Paul retains. Bobby Lashley and Street Profits, they win. And Cody finishes the story and beats Roman Reigns. So that's my predictions for WrestleMania's night 1 and 2. I'm going to get out of here before my chest goes. Drop a comment below what your thoughts are for WrestleMania and what your predictions are. Do you think there's going to be any surprises or anything with the titles? And drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It'll be very much appreciated. And I shall see you again for more reactions. Look forward to WrestleMania.